A plane carrying 239 people took off and vanished completely from the sky that even today, no one can explain what really happened. This was the case of Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370. On March 8, 2014, a Boeing 777-200ER took off from Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia heading towards Beijing in China. Inside the aircraft, everything seemed very normal. Passengers were sleeping, some eating, and others chatting. The aircraft was so massive, almost the length of a football field. Nothing about the trip felt dangerous. Then the pilot calmly says, "Good night, Malaysia 370. Seconds later, the plane disappears from civilian radar. No distress call, no emergency warning, nothing, just silence. Then a military radar picks up the location of the aircraft. What they saw was really terrifying. The plane makes a sharp U-turn across Malaysia, then it changes direction completely, this time around heading deep inside the vast Indian Ocean. It didn't look random, it looked controlled. But here is one thing most people don't know. Even after vanishing, the plane kept sending automated handshake signals to satellite. Not messages, just a quiet pings, indicating that the plane was still flying. The plane flew several hours in the air, and suddenly, even those faint signals stopped. A global search for the aircraft was put together by countries such as China, Malaysia, Australia, and the United States. With ships, aircraft, satellites, military radars, sonar systems, they searched an entire area larger than several countries combined together, but found nothing. There were no wreckages, no signals, nothing to even give a lead. Families became worried and began calling the phones of their loved ones. Some of the phones appeared ringing, but there was no answer. Later, investigators revealed that it wasn't as if the phones were active, but it was just a network system that was trying to locate phones that were not reachable. More than a year later, a piece of the wing was washed along the distant island. Several of the debris followed along several coastlines in Africa and other parts of the globe. It was now confirmed that the plane crashed into the Indian Ocean, but the exact place and location remains something that nobody can actually tell. Investigators shifted their attention to the captain, Zahari Ahmad Shah, who had about 33 years experience in the aviation sector and about 18,365 flight hours. Inside his home, a flight simulator was found. The simulator contained a data which indicated a route that resembled a long flight into the southern Indian Ocean. But whether this was a preparation, a curiosity, or just a coincidence, it was never proven, and nobody knows why. Years later, a private company with an advanced underwater technology made an attempt to search for the flight again. After several weeks of investigations, they called it off, not because they had solved the mystery, but because there was nothing to find. In a world where we can track anything, a plane as huge as almost the length of a football field, carrying 239 people, got lost, and to date, nothing has been found, not even where it flew to, how it ended up, and why it disappeared. If you enjoy listening to mysterious stories, dark history, and facts around the globe, kindly follow the page Intellectuals with Saint on YouTube and TikTok, and Appear Saint Desmond on Facebook and Instagram for more. Also, don't forget to like, share, and comment.